It says here in Colossians 1, chapter 1, starting verse 15, it says, He is the image of the invisible. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For by him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether the thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things were created by him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together, and he is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning and the firstborn among the dead, so that in everything he might have supremacy. For God was pleased to have all his fullness dwell in him, and through him to reconcile to himself all things, while things on earth or things in heaven, by making peace through his blood shed on the cross. Reaching the unreachable, we got to reach, it seems a huge, huge task. Just a small 6-minute video of that task that's before us, if we could. I like what she was talking about there. She was talking about sometimes I don't think we have the control. Kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you remember, about a year ago, there was a aircraft that was named a RQ-170 Sentinel. You've probably seen the Iranians had it out, spread out on a desk. It was a small, stealth-like, remote-controlled spy vehicle. How they ever got a hold of it, they don't even know themselves. Because at one point, when that aircraft was over Iran, doing its work as spying, it lost what they said, they called it the tether. It's control, the remote control. And when they created this aircraft, the Sentinel, they created in it a self-preservation, a sense of, they wanted to, a safe mode that would be able to, so it just wouldn't fall out of the sky, to save itself. And they put in the GPS in the onboard computer that if something happens, it will fall into that safe mode and it will take control of itself and it will land at the nearest aircraft, at the nearest airport. And guess where that was? That was in Iran. And could you imagine the surprise of the Iranian government, of the military watching a stealth, high-tech stealth aircraft taxi up to their hangar? Well, they have this aircraft, and they're looking at it, and they're dissecting and trying to understand it. And you know what? The technology was way beyond them. They had this capability in their hands, but they didn't have the control. They didn't have the satellite network. They didn't have the AWACS aircraft. All they could do was basically put it on a desk and say ha, ha, ha to everybody, saying, look what we have. Well, that's kind of like us, isn't it? We think we have the control. When it says here in Colossians, it says we have, God created by him and for him. That this universe was created by him and for him. We were at the Creation Science Museum in Kentucky there. We were given free tickets to attend there, and it was a privilege. And when we went into the planetarium that they had there, they did a display that was explaining the size and the depth and the width of the universe. And there they said that they looked at the size of our universe, and they stepped back and they just showed where the world would be. It was just a speck. I mean, it was worse than that. It was a speck among specks. And then they went back and they showed all the universes that they even know of. And if they made all the universes that they know of the size of a pea, all the universe wouldn't even fill up the largest stadium that we have. It is so huge. And to think that Satan, when he tempted Adam and Eve, He told them in Genesis 3:15 or 5. It says, "For God knows that when you eat of this fruit," talking to them of the forbidden fruit, "your eyes will be open and you will be like God." You will be like God. Adam, along with all of us, we want to be like God. We want to have the control, don't we? It's a great task before us. A huge task that's before us to reach the unreached. 3,000 languages, 3,000 people groups yet have not even had the ability to even hear the reconciliation, the gospel in their own language. It goes on to say, and it says, "For God was pleased to have all his fullness dwell in him, and through him, and to reconcile to himself all things," the entire universe. You know, in Romans 8, it says that the whole creation waits in eager expectation for the redemption of us, for redemption of man. The whole universe, all the universes, all the creation that God created. Anything, he says that anything that you see, anything that is, was created by God and was created for him. It's easy for us to think that this world here is ours to take and to do with what we want. We think we have control. When we went into the tribe, we tried to get all of our ducks in a row. We tried to make everything as possible. We had step by step, and we had people that would help us, and we thought, you think you have control, but you realize, no, you don't have control. You realize that this whole thing, this whole life that we have that's before us, it's not about us. It's about him. And that God is in control. It's the same as the Iranians with that aircraft, isn't it? We think we have control. We think we have the power, the ability to do this or that. We think we have the power and ability to reach the entire world with the gospel. But it says here, through him to reconcile to himself all things. God's doing the reaching. And he's using us. We're nothing more than the aircraft. God is in control. We can't give God back the control because we never had the control in the first place when Adam and Eve sinned. They thought, well, I'm going to take this control. I'm going to take control here, and I'm going to be God, and I'm going to be the author and the designer of my life and the future, and I'm going to take control of what I want to do. It's interesting to see that even Satan, when he was in Isaiah in chapter 14, he said, I will, something like 5 times. He made declarations. And you look at today into this world, in the elections, you hear everything that the candidates are saying, I will do this, I will do that. But there's only one that can say, I am, and that's God. There's only one I am. We aren't in control. In that video, I was talking about, she was saying, sometimes we thought we had control, but we don't have control of this whole thing. We don't even know what they're teaching. And she went on to say, and continued to say, would I do it again? Yes, in a heartbeat. Man, when we were in the cafe, we thought, we have all the ducks in a row. The problem is the ducks have feet, and they keep walking out of line. They keep getting in the way. And you know what? The best way to get your ducks in a row, I said, is to have dead ducks and to lay them out, and they never move. We have to die to God, and we have to allow God to keep us and to use us and to help us to be used to reconcile. Yes, it's worth it, and we'll do it again. And Lord willing, to reach out. It was a challenge to establish a church there in Keika and to build that up And I was just sitting here thinking about what she was talking about, the language, and it says reconciliation. And when you find that way of explaining a topic or a biblical theme like reconciliation, numazamoa, nagra hago erinka eritne, numazamoa hago eritna eritne. God has reconciled me. God yet did it. And yes, it's worth it. It's worth to reach out and pray with us. Continue to pray with us as we serve. And now I say now to everybody, tell everybody now I'm flying a desk. Going from the tribe back now into the office and serving there in the home staff, helping missionaries with their health insurance or evacuation insurance. And I just want you to continue to pray with us and pray for us as we try to keep those ducks in a row in the insurance plan, because it gets so, it's like juggling. And just realize that, you know, this is all about Him. It's all for Him. And it's all by Him. And it's just help us to pray that we can keep that, understand that this, you know, this life here, this service that the Lord has us in is not something that we can boast about and that we can say, we have done this, or that we will do this, because it's about Him. It's all about Him. Thank you.